My name's Paul and I'm here to tell you about this fantastic product that I bought a few months ago. This is a second one. I liked it so much I've bought another one to give to my parents. This is the miGuard G5 alarm system. Now, I live in a rural location and we don't actually have too much trouble. It's mostly sort of outdoor burglaries and bikes being nicked, that kind of thing. But I wanted an alarm system, something to give me some peace of mind, and I didn't want a full wired system. I've only got a small cottage here. So I went out and bought one of these, which works on a SIM card, and you can get a pay-as-you-go one, so it's no contract. And it's really very simple to use, very simple to install. The last one I installed I did reasonably hungover with my children running around my feet. So this is the control panel that you get. You also get the instruction manual, and from memory inside here you get a quick setup guide. You also get some sticky pads which you will need later. So that's the alarm system. You can pop that up on the wall or you can set it on the stand. Inside here you have the power supply for the control panel. You have two I think they're magnetic fobs there. You have two remote controls. You have your door entry system there. You stick one on the door and one on the frame. You get some nice mounting screws, everything you need in the box, and you get this detector, which is a pet-friendly detector. So if you have dogs running around, that kind of thing, it won't be set off without using it. Now you'll notice there are no wires in the box, and that's the beauty of this system. It is completely wireless, so you just stick this up somewhere, you can put this on the door, and you are essentially done. Now, the remote controls are great. You can use them as an SOS emergency. You can lock, you can unlock the system with it, which is handy. So what we do in my family is that my wife and I each have one of these. I mostly use the alarm system from the app that's available, but you know, being the sort of busy people we are, we also have a nanny who looks after my kids a couple of times a week, and she has a key fob, and up until recently we had a cleaner who has a key fob, and you can tag these so that when the nanny comes home with my children at 6 o'clock, say, of an evening, when she disables the alarm, she simply holds this up to the fob and I get a text message, which is great. I'm not a massive lead controller, I trust the nanny and everything, but it's always nice to know your kids are home. Interestingly enough, I gave the cleaner one and found out that I was getting an hour and 40 minutes cleaning for paying for 2 hours, so information is key. Right, so my alarm is set. I've set a 3-second delay, so this is what happens if I walk through the door and don't enter either the pin, use the fob or the remote control. So here we are at my back door, and I have the magnetic sensor here. So when if I gain access through the back door, if I separate those two magnets, then that will send a wireless signal to my alarm and hopefully trigger it. Let's count for a few seconds. I can hear it's going. And there we are. Now, interestingly, let's see what happens with my phone. And here we are, look, a text message straight away saying that we have a backdoor alarm. Happy days, I best turn that off. So this is the keypad in my house. It's pushed against the wall. There's a button on the back that means if it's released from the wall it will immediately sound an alarm and I'll immediately get a text message to say that. It will also tell me if there's been a power cut, if someone's unplugged it. I've wired the plug down. I've only had it for 6 months, so there is a cable dangling. That will take another 2 years for me to tidy that up. So this is the key pop, and if I come along here, this is the one that I gave my cleaner, and she'll come in and she'll use that to disable the system each time she comes in, as does my nanny. And I have programmed this to send me a text message when anyone with a key fob comes in and out. So you can see there the alarm has sent me a message. Let me just not reveal my PIN code, and it tells me my cleaner has in fact popped into the house, and it will also tell me when she leaves. Now I bought one of these for my parents, and the simple fact is, you know, they're a bit old and decrepit these days, so they can come up, they can get up in the morning, whether the system's disarmed as it is now, they can just put a key fob on there and then myself and my sister can get text messages to let us know that my parents are up and about, safe and sound. Now the keypad also, you have a 4-digit PIN number, so if you forget your fobs, everything else, then you can of course come along and disable the alarm with four digits. The other feature this has is a voice messaging system, so you can leave a message. So when my wife comes home, I could leave a voicemail on that to let her know the kids are with the neighbours, that kind of thing. The other thing that you can do is call in to the alarm system. So if your alarm is going off and you're a little concerned, you can phone in and you can listen to what's happening. That can reassure you that you are either being burgled, or you might have a batty cleaner that's lost her key fob, and you can therefore deactivate the alarm remotely. The other good thing, and the way that I use this alarm more, is actually through the app, which is a really quite basic app, but it's quite easy to use. You've got your two-way talk and your voice memo there. This is what you use to set it up, so you can select language, phone numbers, RFIDs, that kind of thing, siren volume. You can set the delay time for when you come in. You can have it set to 0. What I would recommend is keeping it set for just a couple of seconds, so that, you know, if the alarm goes off, it's no big hassle, you can disarm it. But obviously if the alarm goes off, it will send you alerts and text messages, so you can phone your neighbours and get people around your house to check what's going on. So it's a good system to use. I like the app. It's nothing too complicated, and when you're out and about and you've forgotten to set your alarm, you can simply set, activate, and away you go. So I bought this for around about £180 from Maplin's, and as I say, I think it's great. I'm sending one down to my parents, or I'm going to take it down and install it myself, and I can't recommend it enough. I think it's great. So this is what happens if you try and take the alarm pad off the wall. See, I now already have a text message sending that to me. That's all really rather loud, but the text message came through almost immediately before I could figure it.